so now I'm going to do a pork garlic glazed roast. And what we'll need for that is 3 pounds of pork loin, a tablespoon of olive oil. For the spice rub, we'll need 1 teaspoon paprika, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, half a teaspoon onion powder, 1 teaspoon dried thyme, a half a teaspoon of dried rosemary, and salt and pepper to taste. And then we'll do for the garlic glaze, we need 4 cloves of minced garlic, 1/4 of a cup of honey, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. I do not have any Dijon mustard, so maybe I do. Actually, I'll look for that in just a second. And 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And then for the vegetables, we'll need 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 pound of Brussels sprouts cut in half, and a pound of butternut squash peeled and seeded. My oven is already preheated to 375, and my pan is lined with aluminum foil. And I've already dried my pork loin. So in a small bowl, combine the paprika, which I forgot to grab. So we're going to put some paprika in here. Garlic powder. Onion powder. Rosemary. Oregano and basil, and I'm also going to put some thyme in there. And some salt and pepper. And I'm just going to add what's left of the basil. Alright, so then we're going to stir that. Oh, we've got salt and pepper. Go ahead and stir that together. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and get the olive oil in a pan. And then turn it on. We're going to sear the roast on all 4 sides. It calls for cooking spray to help the seasoning stay on. So I'm just going to spray it. And now I'm just going to, you're supposed to save some of this for the vegetables, but if I don't, I'll just make some more. So I'm just going to slather it on here. Now I'm just going to set this in here and start to brown it on all sides. Okay, so while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get the honey into the bowl. I sprayed my fourth of a cup of measuring cup with cooking spray so it came out easier. And then I didn't do my garlic yet. Just going to go ahead and mince this really fast. Yeah, it's more than 4 pieces of garlic. My thought is if garlic's good, more is better. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. Always use the back of your knife to scrape stuff off of your cutting board. It saves your knife blades. Okay. Soy sauce and mustard. I'm just going to use yellow mustard because I don't want to look for dijon right for a second. I'm going to go ahead and stir it. I think it looks perfect to me. Well combined. We're just going to set that aside. Again, I will just make some more of this seasoning for the potatoes or the veggies. Okay. Okay, so now put that on my pan, and it says to put it in the oven for 25 minutes, but does it say back side up? Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. I am going to unplug this, move my pan. All right, so now it wants us to brush the honey sauce over the pork loin. So I'm going to I was going to use my hand, but then I decided I probably shouldn't. So I'll use the spoon to sauce it out, and then I will use the, well, actually, you know what? I'm just going to use the spoon. I'm just going to pour it over the top. And I'm just going to put it in the oven for 25 minutes, and then we will get the veggies started for that. Alright, so now we're going to do the vegetables. I have butternut squash already cut up from last year in the garden, so I just put it into the bowl already. And I'm going to cut the end off of these. Pull the first layer off of the Brussels sprouts and then cut them in half. And of course I washed these beforehand. And when I'm all done with this, I'm going to put some olive oil on them and then put that seasoning I made more of. Actually, I think that's enough. I'm just going to peel the rest of these. All right, now see, this is what it looks like. And I'm just going to put some olive oil in it. And then my seasoning mixture, I'm just going to put it all in there. Then I'm just going to mix it together. And then when it's got 12 more minutes before I can put these in, and then we'll cook for another 40 minutes. So I will be back. All right, so we're gonna put the veggies on the tray with the meat. I'm going to get it a little bit away from the meat because I got to put a tint over it so it doesn't burn. And apparently I was supposed to put some more of the, honey mixture in with that, but I did not. I used it all on the meat. So I'm just going to make a pan. Okay. Now I'm going to put it back in the oven for another 35 minutes. So I will be back. All right, so it's been 2 hours since we started the roll, so I'm going to go ahead and punch it down. And then what we'll do is we will make 12 balls of dough. So I'm assuming like that. And we're going to set them in the 9x13, and then after all of them are done, we're going to let them rise for another 2 hours in a warm spot. I'm not sure if it's normal for this dough to be this sticky now. Never made them before, so hopefully they turn out good. So apparently I didn't make them equal enough. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit more on here, a little on here. All right, probably not the best looking rolls anybody's ever made, but you know what? That's okay. As long as they're edible, I don't really care. So now we have another 2 hours before we can bake them. All right, so let's look at this. And it's supposed to be better than 145. Really? Back in the oven it goes. Probably, I don't know. I'm gonna leave the lid off of it this time. It's only, it says it's 113 degrees, so that doesn't sound quite right. All right, so we have 155 and above, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it rest for 10 minutes. I'm gonna put some tin foil over the whole thing. And then I will cut it, and then it'll be time to eat. Okay, so I got my roast out, and I'm going to cut it. Okay, so we're just going to put some of these potatoes and butternut squash on the plate. Not potatoes. They're not potatoes, they're Brussels sprouts. And some meat on the plate. And that's how we're going to eat it. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye.